Well, over the weekend, we had Dune 2 premiere in theaters. And if you got a chance to see it, you're probably just as excited as we are. It was a pretty darn good movie there. Yeah. That's right.
Highly recommend.
Yes. And we recommend if you, it's obviously been a while since 2021, since the first one came out. You should probably see it on Hulu and put the subtitles on, Mike, right? That made it easier.
It made it a little bit easier, and it was a little less overwhelming than what we saw in theaters.
Right.
We saw it in theaters from a few years ago. It was like, ooh, there's a lot of names, there's a lot of stuff, and I can't quite keep up. But when you throw the subtitles on, it really contextualizes everything much better.
Yeah. Tim Chalamet, he has a lot of names in the movie. He has like his fighter warrior name, his name to his family, the Messiah name. I mean, there's all kinds of names. So if you see it, then when you hear it, when you go to the movie, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I know what they're talking about. I think that was probably the most, that would throw people off the most. Like, who are they talking about now? Oh, it's all the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always good to remind yourself of what you're watching. A little primer reminder.
Exactly. Well, Mike,
you want to do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Through some blind items today. Let's get it started here with a former A-list musician got a rude awakening while in Europe this past couple of weeks. Used to be able to pick and choose which fashion shows he wanted to attend. Now, the big houses want absolutely nothing to do with him. In fact, he had to settle for the ones that no A-listers normally appear at.
Oh, okay.
So we had to go to like the...
So we've got
the Dress Barn fashion show.
Oh, God.
The Payless fashion show. I can get your front row seats.
Oh, my God. The H&M fashion show. Actually, that would be kind of good.
I was going to say that would probably be fun.
We need to start a Kohl's fashion show.
There you go.
That
Kohl's cash for everyone.
Marshall's fashion show, which
it.
is just everyone else's fashions that were not as popular.
There you go.
Oh, man.
So we've got a former A-list musician who got a rude awakening while in Europe over these last couple of weeks. None of the big fashion houses wanted him to attend. He used to get to pick and choose where he wanted to go. Now he had to settle for the ones that no A-listers normally show up at.
Does he like to, does he fashion himself a fashion forward?
Yeah.
He does fashion himself. Mm-hmm. Does he have his own clothing line?
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe the people he surrounds himself with, one in particular, maybe likes fashion too, or her fashion is a lack of fashion.
Yeah. You got it.
Well, this has to be Kanye and Bianca.
What? That's not. I was thinking Ronald McDonald.
Oh my gosh! And Tweety Bird or whatever that bird is, McBird. What's the
Tweety Bird is not McDonald's.
No, who's the bird in McDonald's land?
Penny the parrot. I don't know. Bird. Mm-hmm. I know Hamburglar.
Birdie the early bird.
Or Birdie.
Cute little birdie in pink. You know who she is.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Does she walk around without any pants on?
Hamburglar. No, she's wearing no, she's got pants on.
Oh, okay.
Little pink.
Well, Kanye's wife
describe him.
does not wear pants.
No, not at all. Yeah, Kanye is the answer to this one. Apparently, he used to kind of pick and choose and have his run when it came to either Paris Fashion Week. In this particular blind, they're talking about Italy. That he used to kind of go and do whatever he wanted, and all the houses were happy to have him attend. This year, though, he kind of had to settle for the ones that no A-listers would ever show up at. Apparently, people don't like some of the things he says.
Yeah. Mostly because of, Yeah.
There's all reasons.
Everything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, who wants, like you never know how they're going to show up. Like, he's got, like a bag on his head so you can't see his face. And she's got no bag on her crotch.
Yeah,
And so you can see London and France.
And no underpants.
And, of course, Clams Casino.
Clams Casino!
Waiting for you to go with that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there you go. The first one, not too difficult, but you guys nailed it. It's Kanye. Let's move on into another one.
Well, good luck to them. I hope they do get, like a Maxxinista pass or something.
Okay.
Absolutely.
TJ Maxx.
Mm-hmm.
Maxxinista pass. Okay. I didn't know what that was.
I didn't either, but we'll go with it.
Come on. Where have you guys been? Somebody's shopping for
Fashionista.
deals.
The tabloids would have you believe that this A-list actress/producer has rules set for her higher on the list spouse before he hits the road. Those stories are all actually from his camp to make us feel like he's going to mind his business. She's already moved on emotionally.
Oh, they're still together?
Yes.
And
So
they are
Apparently not
married?
emotionally.
yes.
Spouse, you said?
And
Okay.
yes, the tabloids would have you believing that this A-list actress/producer has rules set for her higher on the list spouse before he hits the road. But those are actually stories leaked from his camp to make us believe he's going to behave. She's already moved on emotionally.
Moving right along. Well, this can happen in a relationship.
Is she also a musician?
No.
Okay.
So he's a musician.
Correct.
She's an actress producer.
Correct.
Hollywood actress producer or
Bollywood.
yeah. TV or movies? Mostly movies?
But both TV and movie actress.
Oh.
Okay. What list is she on?
And I will say, well, I believe they said, let's see here. Did they word it the way I think they did? A-list actress/producer is how they say it. I would even maybe throw the word former in there.
Okay.
Former A-list producer.
Yeah, it doesn't work now nearly as much as they once did.
So hasn't been in a movie that we've seen anytime recently.
Yeah, I don't believe anything too. Well, I guess no. There's been a couple of recent smaller roles, but biggest fame came earlier in the 2000s, like so many that we talk about.
Right.
Do we know? I mean, is this a couple we talk about a lot?
Oh yeah,
And we know there might be something up?
oh yeah.
I feel like it's so obvious.
Well, I don't know if this could be right, but is he connected to a lifestyle brand by
Nope.
Axis? So it isn't Dakota Johnson and
Nope.
Chris Martin? Okay.
Yes, let me read it again here. The tabloids would have you believing that this A-list actress/producer has rules set for her higher on the list spouse before he hits the road. Those stories are actually from his camp to make us believe he'll behave. She's already moved on emotionally.
Because he's not going to behave.
And he's going on tour?
Oh, wait, no. I just got that in reverse.
Okay. Does it, a lot of it take place on a farm?
On a farm?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So it's not Gwen Stefani and,
No.
and
Nope.
Does
Blake
he live
Shelton.
on a farm?
well, yeah, he's from the farm,
He's from the farm.
like Oklahoma or Nebraska or one of those states.
Farm areas.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. In my head, I did it backwards, and
Okay.
it was Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, but
Nope.
the shoes would have to be on the other feet, so that doesn't work.
Flip
We're
those
looking
shoes
for
around.
a former A-list actress producer.
A-list actress/producer, and then a higher on the list spouse who's about to go on tour.
Who's about?
We talk about a lot.
Oh!
Yeah?
Come on down.
Well, you go ahead and say it if you know it. I'm nowhere even close.
Well, we do talk about them on a regular basis. Did she used to run like a business of her own that kind of failed, and not kind of, it did fail. Yeah.
Oh, is this Jessica Biel and
Justin Timberlake.
You guys got there. Yeah, you may, again, we'll run through these, the blind item here. I'll fill in the blanks for you. According to this blind item, the tabloids are going to have you believing that Jessica Biel has set some rules and put them in place for her spouse, Justin Timberlake, before he hits the road. But those stories are actually from JT's camp, just to make us feel like he's actually going to behave. Jessica has already moved on emotionally.
Yeah.
A long
That
time
happened
ago.
many years ago.
I wonder if with someone else or just alone.
I think just, well,
I
I don't
think
know.
it just, the impression I would get is that she's like mentally like tuned out.
Okay.
And what's interesting is that the tabloids have tried to get us, because I think there were stories over the weekend or last week about how she's like super supportive and so proud of Justin and all the work he's done.
And there's also tabloid stories that, based on that, remember the old the PDA issue when in New Orleans, I think it was,
Yeah.
when he was
Yeah.
the had his hand where it probably
pawing all
shouldn't
over
have
that
been.
young lady.
Exactly. The tabloid stories are having you believe that she's got some rules in place because of that moment.
What are
Yeah.
these rules? Like you can't paw other women in public?
And
Do
get
all your pawing
super
behind
stoned
doors.
and drunk in public. that would probably
does
be
that
it.
need to be a rule?
Well, for some people.
Unfortunately, it
guess.
might. But again, the blind item is saying, no, those stories are actually from his camp, just making us believe he's going to behave. I don't know.
I wonder if they've, not sold as many tickets because of his reputation. Not to be confused with Taylor Swift's reputation.
Yeah, I don't know if Justin's fans care. I think that ship has already sailed.
That's true. They don't care. They cheer him on when he says, I have nothing to apologize for at his concerts. So
Let's go ahead and do another one here. It's a very similar story for this famous couple. The A-minus list singer and reality star is finally back on the road, and that is the only reason the marriage will survive this summer.
The A-list singer reality star is one person?
Yep.
she's finally back on the road.
He?
He's finally back on the road?
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't say that. You got there now.
okay.
It's a
So-
similar story for this famous couple. The A-minus list singer and reality star is finally back on the road, and that is the only reason the marriage is going to survive this summer.
Back
Okay.
on the road.
And this one does indeed take place on a farm.
So is it Gwen Stefani?
Oh, there you
Shelton?
go.
Okay.
You got your farm.
Nicely
there we
done.
go.
Just one step too early there on that one,
Yeah.
but you got it here. According to the blind items, it's a similar story than what we just heard to what we just heard with Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. Blake is back on the road. He's doing a tour, and it sounds like that is the only reason their marriage is going to survive this summer. Again,
Okay.
we've heard a lot of gloom and doom from
we
their
have,
marriage in the
yeah.
blinds for a very long time. I don't know.
I feel like if it was going to happen, it would have already happened. But
Kinda
far
feels
be it
that
from
way.
us to challenge the blinds because they have been pretty consistent on this point.
Yeah. I wonder what caused this to be like, was there another woman involved? Do you remember back in the other blinds, Mike?
The other blinds, it was one of his pastimes, drinking. His
yeah.
always
Oh,
been the big issue
that
around
lover.
this story. Exactly. So sounds like he struggled with that. I think he's been open about struggling with that and even talked about getting past that. Now, whether that's true or the blinds are true and that he's still dealing with those demons, I don't know.
Well, and the original, like the OG blinds talked about how this was a publicationship purely for, both of their careers, which had reached, a high point or a, leveling off point.
Right.
Especially for him. I mean, I think this was huge for him because it's hard to jump from like that level of country stardom that he was at and then jump to that next level in the general,
Right.
zeitgeist, if you will, and the fact that he was able to do so because of The Voice and be a humongous star on that show for as long as he's been, that really brought his list rating up a big
For sure.
big amount.
And kept hers afloat. I mean, if you
True.
think about, like, would we be talking about Gwen Stefani other than, if she wasn't doing music, right?
Yeah.
But
I
for
don't
her
think
reality
we would.
experience.
I mean, and being on The Voice,
Yeah.
And he's got that story with, his ex cheating on him, Miranda Lambert, I
There's
guess.
that. Yep.
So we were all like, oh, poor Blake Shelton. And then having him get together with Gwen Stefani was just like, sweet revenge. Even though I do like Miranda Lambert. She's interesting. She's a good singer. Mm-hmm. She's got, she's a human being.
There you go.
She's a human being, just like all of us.
She's wild.
Let's talk about some other wild human beings as we move on and do another blind item here. The boyfriend of this A-minus list actress has finally had enough of her always hanging out with her A-list ex, so he's gone. So far, though, the wife of the A-lister is still on board, even though number of family gatherings she's not invited to.
It's a lot.
Oh, this
So we've got a
wait.
boyfriend of an A-minus list actress who has had enough with her hanging out with her A-list ex. So he's gone. The boyfriend of the A-minus list actress is gone. Now that A-minus list actress's A-list ex has a wife who's still hanging around, even though many of the family gatherings don't include her.
Okay. Do they have kids together?
The A-list actress and the A-list ex do.
Okay. That would be a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So the A-list actress and ex, they basically just haven't finished whatever they were doing, which turned the boyfriend off.
According to the blind items, yeah.
And the boyfriend, was he famous?
He was only kind of known, I believe, for being with this A-list actress.
Okay. I think I have an idea who this could be. I'm surprised that if it is who I think it is, I am surprised that the new wife even allows any other woman around. Okay. Yeah.
You got there. What is it?
It is J-Lo and Ben and Jennifer Garner.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
A different way to attack a family that we've talked about quite a bit, or attacked quite a bit here in the blind items. But according to this blind, the big takeaway, I guess, is the fact that, again, if you believe the deepest, darkest parts of the internet, John Miller, who is the, I'd say, kind of long time. They've been on again, off again with Jennifer Garner since like 2018.
From the beginning.
Yeah. And it sounds like he might be gone. And according to the blind items, he's gone because he's sick of all of these, the fact that Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck
They
are
just
hanging out as
can't
much
quit
as they
each
do.
other.
I guess not.
Oh, my
Here's the
God. What if he goes
newsflash.
back to her?
No, he's not going back to her.
J-Lo.
Newsflash, though, they have kids, so
Yeah.
they're never going to be apart from one another. That's just what some people can't deal with that, though.
I wonder what Jennifer Garner thinks of J-Lo's over-the-top video about her love with... if I were in Ben Affleck's life during that 20-year period that J-Lo was still, having her other romances, I'd be like, oh, please. It would make me eye roll because it sort of invalidates everything you had with the person. Like, none of that mattered. They were destined to be together. It's like, well, what am I? And what are our kids? I'd be like, okay, get over yourself.
Yeah, certainly. I also think that Jennifer Garner thanks God for Jennifer Lopez each and every day of her
really?
life.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
true.
Yeah.
He did go through some
has
very
taken
rough
him
times.
off her hands.
Yeah, that's true.
But not totally, right? Because they do have kids and they're going to have a relationship, but I'm sure she's grateful it's not that kind of a relationship.
Yeah.
The most exciting thing about this entire blind is that if indeed it comes true and they do get back together, then we get to enjoy This Is Me Now, too.
Oh, God, no. This is me now? Question mark?
No, wait, no, now.
Yeah.
Now.
Not back
This
then.
is me now.
Now.
No. All right. So there you go.
Now,
We'll have to
kidding,
see if we
now.
get a follow-up to that wonderful piece. Let's do another one here as we roll through the blind items today.
This was me now yesterday.
Part 2.
Yeah.
A sequel. It's always going to be tough to follow a legend. It's even tougher when this guy who was made famous by the show has a massive ego and treats everybody like garbage.
Ugh.
Plus, on the screen, he's got the personality of a houseplant. All right, let me do this one again. It's always going to be tough to follow a legend. It's even harder when this guy who was made famous by the show has a massive ego and treats everybody like garbage. Plus, on the screen, he's got the personality of a houseplant.
Okay.
The legend.
We're talking about a legend. Replacing a legend.
Okay, so is he a legend behind the camera?
No.
Oh, okay.
Len
I was
Goodman.
thinking it might be. Len died.
I know. Nigel Lithgow.
No, I was thinking of what's his name from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, sure. It's always going to
Producer.
be... Yes.
Oh.
Lorne Michaels?
Lorne Michaels, is that it?
Nope.
Okay.
It's always going to be tough to follow a legend. It's even harder when this guy who was made famous by the show has a massive ego and treats everybody like garbage. Plus, on the screen, he has the personality of a houseplant.
Simon Cowell?
Nope.
Is this a reality show?
No.
Famous
Is
by
it a-
this show.
A show that shows up once a week?
More often.
Okay, so it's
Pat
not
Sajak?
It's not Saturday Night Live.
Not
Okay.
Pat Sajak. Not Saturday Night Live.
Not Wheel of Fortune.
Not Wheel of
Okay.
Fortune.
All right.
Multiple times. It was like a Bachelor experience.
So is it Daily Show?
Oh,
it's not Daily Show.
Not the Daily Show.
I thought you said, is it a Daily?
Yeah, a Daily Show.
It is
Yeah.
a Daily Show.
Okay.
Yes,
but not
the Daily
Show.
Is it a daytime talk show?
No,
Is it a nighttime talk show?
no,
Is it a afternoon talk show?
no,
Oh,
Is it a talk show?
no.
No. Not a talk show.
Is it a show?
Is it a soap opera?
No.
Okay.
Game show?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I was close with the Pat Sajak.
You really were. That's why I kind of just was very short on my answers.
Yeah, sure.
But yes, it was. And who were we talking about, of course?
Ken Jennings / Alex Trebek.
There
but yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
It was always going to be tough to follow Alex Trebek, but it's made even harder when Ken Jennings apparently has a massive ego and he treats everybody on the show like garbage. Plus, on the screen, he's got the personality of a houseplant.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
Hot
what
take.
they did not do a great job with, pretending that they were really searching for someone, but then
Yeah.
going back. I don't know. The whole thing just muddied it. And then knowing that Mayim Bialik was sort of unceremoniously shoved out, just kind of makes you go, I don't know if I want to watch it at all,
Yeah, I didn't watch. I wasn't I watched Jeopardy religiously in high school, and that's the last time that I showed up to a television at 3:00 or 3:30 or whenever it came on.
Yeah.
What I love is they've got now on Pluto, they've got a Jeopardy channel, so you can just turn that on.
so you can watch it
and it's
ever. That's
literally
kinda fun.
Jeopardy 24/7.
Oh, my gosh.
So if I'm
Okay.
at home by myself watching television, it's usually me watching old episodes of Jeopardy.
You love it.
It's kind of awesome.
And then if Sarah enters the room, we turn it to the 24-hour Cops channel and watch Cops for 24/7.
Well, we know where her priorities are.
Yeah.
But there you go. And again, according to the blind item, there's still some issues behind the scenes there, and Ken Jennings is a big problem.
I think that show has just been rife with controversy since Alex passed away, and it seems to be a self-induced problem. So hopefully they get better producers that can get them out of being because the worst thing you want as a show when you're trying to get people to watch is to be the story yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's controversy on Jeopardy, right? Like that's it should be the most milquetoast experience possible. Like, I don't know.
You should have a comforting figure there, but somebody that isn't going to get in the way of the show itself.
Yeah.
Well, Mike,
gonna be
I
hard.
know what you need to do.
Yeah. It's because that's the perfect show too. Jeopardy's so good. I mean, it's just it's just so
So
simple.
if you had your pick of talk show hostdom, so for the listener who doesn't know that you are obsessed with talk shows,
game shows,
Game
yeah.
shows.
game shows, I'm sorry, what game show would you host?
I would
Jeopardy?
bring back Blockbusters.
What is that?
I love Blockbusters.
Tell
and I
us
would
about
bring it back. It's a
Blockbuster.
trivia game that there's this big honeycomb shaped thing behind you, and as a contestant, you're trying to work your way across the board. And as you answer questions, there's each block has a different initial in it, and then the initial is the answer to the question.
Oh.
So then you say, I'll go with B, and then you'll ask a question, and the answer starts with B. And if you get it right, you can block your opponent as they try to work across it. It's a very simple, very fun
tic-tac-toe,
game.
but-
It's got a little vibe of that to it, no doubt. And it is a very fun game. It's trivia, but it's also a little strategy behind it. I
That's
would love that
cool.
one.
I hope they bring it back for
I
you.
hope they bring it
I mean,
back,
not
too.
anytime soon because you're busy.
Of course.
Yeah,
yes.
please.
Doing
Don't-
this!
Don't leave.
Playing
Please.
the best game show of all times, blinded by the item.
Yes. Bill Cullen was the host of that one for a long time. But who knows? We'll see. Need to bring it back. That's all we got time for, by the way,
Okay.
today for Blinded by the Item, another game show. How did you guys, what'd you learn today?
Let's see. What
Oh,
did
gosh,
we
what
learn?
did we learn today?
There's a lot of couples that aren't doing well.
This is true.
Lots of cheating.
Yeah, it's a
of,
lot about couples today.
Yeah,
and
very
how-
couples heavy.
And Naked Bianca.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a day that ends in Y. Bianca Sensori's taken something off.
There you
Except
go.
she did dress as a sexy librarian this weekend. That was one. Except I still think she didn't have pants.
It is good to teach people to read. And if it takes taking your pants off to do so,
Oh my God.
good luck to you. Mike, thank you so
Unless
much
you're
for
a teacher.
hosting. Listeners, if you missed any of this episode or past episodes, you can download Your Heart's Content wherever you get podcasts. Blindedbytheitem.com is our own website. Drop us a note. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about
Blinded by the Item.
Bye.